This better be working on this mic. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's working. Okay. That's the sound that I was going for right there. What is going on, Avery? I know I had to cut cut the other one short. Yikes. Oh boy. Okay, this is a new one that's starting here. So this microphone should sound a little better right now, but I need to go back and get rid of the old video I just did a minute ago because it was not coming out the right microphone right there. Okay, so let me see. This dumb thing is not playing through the. Yeah, this is the wrong. Nope, it didn't do it. It absolutely did not do it. But again, just in case, folks, if you're in here right now and you're watching this on 9/9/2020, I will not start until 5 minutes into this video. And right now, we are a full minute into it. So another 4 or 5 minutes because I'm getting ready to erase the old video so people wouldn't go over there and click on it, thinking that that's the video that I'm doing right now. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, let me get rid of that one. The last video I did, it did not record. So this microphone should sound a whole lot cleaner right now, does it? Even the last time you guys were like, oh yeah, the mic is fine. I went back and listened to it. The mic was not fine. It was completely different. Testing, 1 2. Yeah, this sounds a lot better. No wonder I sounded real crunchy or whatever. That's why I probably sounded real country to you because it was playing at this dumb web mic. I thought I disabled that mic so it wouldn't even try to pick up on it again. We are 2 minutes in right now, another 3 minutes, and letting everybody get notified if they're actually going to notify people. And then I'm going to go into this topic. So what is going on, Miss Little Pig, Teresa, Beth, my generals, Debbie, Word that is unoriginal, Debbie B. Okay, I said Debbie B already. Debbie Broughton, Laura Daines, Werther's unoriginal. I sound crunchy. Okay. Gave me enough time to grab a cup of coffee, too. Hello to you, too. All right. Where are we? Okay. So, like I said, folks, if you are in this video on September the 9th, you might want to skip ahead 5 minutes because I'm not going to get into the subject until I'm 5 minutes in, okay? Just let you know that. Well, somebody's having coffee. Oh, Laura Daines, how are you? Whoever's having coffee this late, or it may be early where they at. It depends on what side of the pond they're on. What is going on, Dovey Solins? How are you? I drink coffee all day. I'm not addicted though. Yeah. You know, the first steps to healing is admitting. Come on, we have to take that first step. No. 3.5 minutes, folks. About another minute and a half, and we're going to get into this subject briefly. I'm going to say my take and what I feel has been going on for a while, and then I'm going to go from there and let you see what you guys might think on the subject, even though y'all might be off to the side talking on the subject anyway. Dovey Solins, I'm always good. Always. The video that I just got done doing on Joe Biden, I was doing like a very good humanitarian thing. I felt I was doing real good, saying good things, and no matter what, before my video was even done, they already had it flagged. They just knew I was on here bashing him. That just goes to show y'all that they know. You know what I mean? Like whatever I do on my channel, they was like, oh, flag him. It's fine. It's cool. I said good things, like very good, very much concerned. But nope, they flagged it already. They just knew that I was probably on here bashing them, and I wasn't. We are 15 seconds from getting ready to go into it. So the people that's going to be watching it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I'm on their radar no matter what. All right. So anyway, with that being said, folks, the countdown is at 3 seconds and 2 and 1 second. I'm getting ready to go right on into this. So as you guys can see, what the title of this video is, what schools should not educate. The school should educate, not indoctrinate children. And some of that should be left to the parents. What I'm saying is this: since there is a whole lot of things that seem to be going on within our world, within our nation right now, I think that some things do not need to be brought up and talked about in school. This is getting ready to make a lot of folks upset and mad, which is completely fine. I'm fine with that. There are some things in school that I don't think needs to be taught in school. I think that that should be left up to the parents. And if the parents are not smart enough to educate their children on certain subject matters, I think that there should be tutoring available, or whatever who wants to teach these particular things, those centers need to be available. Folks, I'm getting ready to make a lot of y'all mad because I'm talking to y'all from a Christian standpoint too. If you go to school, I think the basics should be taught. Now, I know a lot of y'all got mad because y'all like, they took prayer out of school. They took whatever out of school. Okay, I get that. But first and foremost, prayer and all that stuff, to me, that stuff needs to be taught at home first. My sons, them don't go to school to learn how to pray. My sons don't go to school to learn how to be Christians. They learn that stuff from home by them seeing their dad as an example, by them seeing us pray, going to church, those things like that. See, again, I know a lot of y'all can get upset. I don't feel that church and prayer should be taught. Listen to what I'm saying. Taught in school. But what I am saying, I don't think nobody should keep you as an individual from praying at school. If you want to, I mean, they can't do it anyway. They can't keep you from, if you want to pray over your food, you can pray. I don't care what anybody say. If you want to pray over your food, you can pray over your food. If your friend is going through something, you want to take your friend's hand and pray with your friend, and your friend want to pray with you, they can't stop you from doing that. What they're not doing anymore is having like a corporate whole prayer thing. So anyway, like I said, I know some of y'all are going to disagree with that. To me, as far as your Christianity walk goes, as far as you living your lifestyle to Christ, that stuff should be taught at home. And again, if the parent is not there available, if the parent's not a Christian, the parents are not Christians trying to be that way, and you want to be Christ-like, then there is a organization that you can go to attend to try to figure out how it is that you can be more Christ-like. Okay. Same exact thing about to go with these other things I'm talking about. Learning about racism should not be taught in school at all. That is a parental thing. Now, some of y'all gonna say, well, what about if the parent is racist and a kid go to school and the school is trying to tell the child not to be racist? That is still going to come down to a parenting issue. And what's going to happen? That kid is going to go into the real world and formulate their, I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to tell you, I know y'all going to disagree. When it comes to things like that, the parents, whether the kid is going to school or not, and the school is teaching about racism is wrong, whatever like that, that kid is still going to go back home and go by what their parent tell them. And what can end up happening is that kid can bring that attitude to school and just formulate hatred. But at the same time, if that is being taught at home with that kid, and a parent is teaching this kid to be hateful, then the correction is going to come, because this is what's going to happen. If the kid do bring that to school, the teachers are not going to have it. Then the teachers are going to have a talk with the parents. Y'all following me? If the kid comes to school being hateful, the teacher's going to have a talk with the parent. But the teacher's not going to have to sit there and explain that to the whole class. Like, look, this is what this is. You white people are wrong. We're racist. No, absolutely not. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. If you are a regular kid coming to school and you are being disorderly, the teachers are going to call the parent and tell the parent, your child is here doing this, and we don't tolerate that here. So that's what I'm saying. Racism does not need to be taught at school. Racism and how wrong racism is needs to be taught at home. But here's the ticker. The only people that need to be taught about racism are the people that don't want to hear about racism, and that's the people that are racist. I didn't teach my sons them about equality and how to look at people. No, I just told my sons them, you just treat, they know. I don't have to say, look, you treat the white person like you would treat the black person. You treat the Asian person like you would treat the black person. I didn't tell them that. I just told them, they just know. Be cool and nice with everyone. Treat everybody like you want to be treated, like the Bible says. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't have to sit there and say, because you know what, son, racism is this, because what it does, it gives them something to look for. I'm not trying to implant things into their head to get them to look for something like a lot of folks do, because then a whole lot of things can be misinterpreted and perception can become greater than reality. You can begin to look at people the wrong way, thinking that they feeling some kind of way about you or thinking some kind of way about you, all because what you've been taught at home. So what am I saying? As far as educating a child with math, with science, especially if it's truth, with real history, folks, I get that. But indoctrination of trying to implement Black Lives Matter into the school curriculum and trying to implement racism and all this stuff into the school system and all that. No, no, no. That stuff needs to be talked about at home, because that's where the real teaching is going to come in at. I want to send my sons them off to school to get their education regarding mathematics. I get it. Regarding science, regarding social studies. But to sit there and try to indoctrinate them to think a certain way? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, folks. No, not at all. Same goes for trying to sit there and implement and try to teach them to be what you want to call tolerant. No, I teach that at home. You don't go there and tell my kids how they should feel and how they should think towards somebody that's different from them. I'll teach that to them at home. Again, if it's on the principles of what I teach, my sons are not going to have a problem with it. My sons don't look at people that feel that they are, my sons don't look at boys that feel that they are girls and look at them and go, ugh, you know, no, 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 no. They just know. I tell them the truth of what's all behind that. I lay out the biological factors that's all along with that. And with that being said, my sons go to school. They respect everybody, no matter their race, no matter their gender that they think they are. They treat everybody with respect and dignity, period. Now, what gets messed up is when you try to force somebody to think and feel a certain way. You know, Doc Holliday, hey, seriously, Doc, while I got you on here, while I have you on here, Doc, shoot me an email. You can just, Doc Holliday, when you shoot an email, just say, hey, what is it? What is it that you were trying to say? Shoot me an email, Doc. I just sent you that right there. Shoot me an email, because I need to exchange some information with you. So glad you popped up. So anyway, the whole thing of being indoctrinated and trying to get them to think a certain way or feel a certain way, to me, that's being force fed. Period. Things need to be taught in a way to where you present something and you let the kids critically think on something. Now, again, teaching kids to be tolerant of homosexuals or anything like that, that doesn't need to be taught in school. Teaching kids that white people were all racist and then that, nuh-uh. Teaching kids that Black Lives Matter, teaching kids that it's a possibility that people look at black folks and they're scared of them, absolutely not. Teaching kids that police are out there to kill black people, that is absolutely ridiculous, folks. And I'm just telling you this because I heard about what was going on in the education system and what they're trying to do. That is absolutely, hands down, 100% ridiculous. Kids need to go to school to learn to do the basics. And some of the stuff they learn in school, I think, is really unnecessary. I never use Y equals MX plus B in my life. In fact, I don't know anybody that I know. I know engineers and civil engineers and structural engineers that never use no Y equals MX plus B in their life. Some stuff I just feel is really unnecessary. Now, if there is no availability for them to have teachings on the fundamentals of some of this stuff, then I believe that outside sources should be available should they want to go and pursue those things. But as far as school go, that does not need to be going on in school. And I'm telling you right now, I told y'all, I'm talking about to the extent to where I told you guys, my sons, they're opting out of this whole sex education thing. No, my sons got opted out of that mess. Now, some of you people some of you guys who sons might have had went and did that. I hear you. I hear you. But but to me, no. I had sex education in the 6th grade. Why in the world would I be needing to hear about this stuff that early? Well, Todd, people are getting no. But there's majority of them are not even, their minds are not even there. And all of a sudden you open their minds up to stuff that they wasn't even thinking about. Now you open up a Pandora's box and you wonder why a lot of crazy stuff is going on. But anyway, my point is this: whenever you're that stuff to me, I'm teaching that at home. That's being taught at home. The changes that my son, or if I had a daughter, that my daughters will go through, I will be the one to sit there and teach them about what their bodies are going through or the changes that they're going through. I'm not going to let the school system educate them on this. Oh, you're ready to have sex. Now let's talk about what sex is about. What? No, because the way that a parent would teach would be completely different than what the school is doing. Completely different. The school teaches it in a way to where it almost encourages them to seek it out, because they don't tell them don't do it. They tell them when you do it. When you have sex, wear protection. When you have sex, make sure your partner is this. They don't sit there and say, don't have sex. I mean, abstinence is like a small paragraph in these books, but the rest of it is about when you have sex, pretty much. That matter of fact, it shouldn't even be labeled health education. It should be called when you have sex education, because they pretty much assuming that your child is going to be doing it. But again, if the seed was not planted there to get them to wonder about some of this stuff, some of these kids wouldn't even begin to trying to even have a boyfriend or a girlfriend at that early of an age. You know what I mean? So anyway, again, there is too much stuff that's going on in schools right now that it should be parents that should be teaching this and sitting down and talking with their kids about. And folks, there is a complete difference between educating and indoctrinating. Okay. Educating people about real truths, science, physics, mathematics. Even mathematics is being challenged right now. I mean, 2 + 2 ain't even 4 no more, Common Core. But indoctrinating them to think a certain way. Next thing you know, your child is coming home and they challenging you. And you don't shut up talking to me, get out of here with that mess. That's what most parents do. Get your butt out of here talking to me about that crazy mess you talking about, because your child has been indoctrinated. So the point is, what I'm saying is this: as a parent, I've always made sure my sons knew the truth of everything from a young age. If he came from school and said, Daddy, we in school, we talked about gender identification, and they said that I said, it's only 2. I don't care what your school is telling you. What are you? I'm a boy. Who is that right there? Such and such. What is she? What is she's a girl. That's all it is. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what it is. That's all it is, son. Plain and simple. You have a penis and testicles. She has a vagina and ovaries and a clitoris. And she's a female. She can have babies. You can't have babies. Period. There ain't no shims and bims and hims and flocenda bims and category tims and carissifem and pseudo nuo fido bims and pseudo fio pseudo she's, and no, that's all in these people's heads. Just like you, son, when you were a little kid, remember you was going around saying, I'm a dinosaur, rah. Well, that's what these people are doing. The only difference is they're older and they're doing it. So then, Dad, what is wrong with them then? Yeah, good question. They don't feel nothing is, but there is. Now, when I say wrong, I'm not talking about you are as a person or, oh, you're wrong. I'm talking about as far as you thinking or feeling that you are something that you're not. Go back to the foundation. This stuff was called gender dysphoria. I teach my children the truth of this stuff. But now that it's more accepting today, I'm not saying just because I feel that the person or that I see that a person is wrong with saying that they something that they're not. I don't hate them for that. I got friends. One of my best friends is like that. One of the therapists that I work with, one of the coolest therapists that me and her was tight like brothers and sisters. Joked about everything. And she's homosexual. Never have I ever disrespected her or anything. But the thing is, you're not going to sit there and try to convince me or tell me that biologically you're this. Now, again, you feeling that you are something. Okay, cool. You feel that way. But the truth of the matter is what I'm looking at, that's, so I'm not going to sit there and lie. So my point is that, I'm not going to sit there and lie about that to my children, my nieces, my nephews, my mentorees. If they ask Ty a question about the truth of certain things, I'm going to tell them that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to them, because what you don't know is that in the end, a lot of this stuff, this one gets misconceptualized, whatever you want to call it. Huge misconception is that the long-term effects of this has not been studied. amongst things that these folks are doing. It is really, really messing folks up. Nobody is getting to the heart of the matter to why somebody wants to actually be real crazy. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I know some people that are, like I said, one of my best friends, homosexual, one of my, that they're homosexual, but never were they completely like extravagant, radical, flamboyant with it. That comes from something else. When you are really just, I mean, guys, I'm just telling y'all the truth. But my point is that biologically speaking, this is what this is. And now, again, when I told y'all earlier how science was like boom, and now you got this science right here that says actually this is what it is, and that is not true. Now it's like, well, no. So I'm sorry. As a Christian man, and I'm standing on the principles of God, it said he created them male and female. That's it. Amongst the animal kingdom, there's male and female. I'm not talking about there's an Aphrodite. I'm not talking amongst the animal kingdom. Male lion mates with a female lion. A male frog mates with a female frog. I know y'all talking about some can switch their sexes, whatever like that, with their talent. We can't. Not naturally, if they really are doing that. But anyway, a bull will mate with a cow. You know what I mean? A dog will mate with a dog, and they produce dog. Those right there are set laws, set principles that's in stone. When a dog mates with a female dog, she has puppies. A lion cannot mate with a dog and have some animal. You can't even take lion sperm and put it with a dog's egg and it's going to create something. You can't. They have to have the same type of genetic code. A human being, even though folks have done this, I'm just being real with y'all, it's disgusting. Men have mated with animals. Women have mated with animals, and they have not produced anything. They are not the same species. They don't have the same DNA, don't have the same RNA makeup or anything like that whatsoever. None whatsoever. Can't sit there and take a human male sperm and mix it with a female gorilla sperm and some gorilla humanoid is born. It's not going to happen. Not naturally. That's not going to happen. So the fact that a male gorilla mates with a female gorilla and they produce baby gorillas, that right there is a set in stone principle, set in stone law right there, male and female. So to sit there and say that male gorilla is actually not a silverback, he's actually a she-back. I mean, and like I said, folks, some folks gonna get really offended at this because I know that there's people that watch my channel that's homosexual or bisexual, whatever like that. And y'all know that I never had no type of hate towards y'all whatsoever. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and go along with anybody that's like that and pretend that they are something that they're not. My sons are my sons. My sons are my sons, and they're boys, and they're, well, young men, whatever. So anyway, what I'm saying is that these type of things, when it comes to things that actually are what I consider to be private or personal to that degree, those things to me don't need to be discussed in school. You know what I mean? That stuff needs to be set amongst that household. If the household is being ran right, then they're gonna have the kids will go and conduct themselves accordingly. And if you don't believe me, why is it that, okay, for instance, why can't kids just act out? Can you imagine the messages being pushed out today with all the rioting that we have going on today, the looting, the unrest? Our younger children are seeing that, and it's putting off the wrong message that they can go and do things and be destructive or whatever like that without having no consequences. Because right now, with all the unrest and the lawlessness, you are selling these kids a fake reality. You're selling them a fake reality, because once all this stuff died down, these young kids gonna feel they can go to school and act out any kind of way and do any kind of way, knowing that there's not going to be any type of repercussions for what they're doing. This is what society, y'all don't understand. This is why it's important right now not to let none of your preteens or teenagers, if you possibly can in your house, not let them watch. If you do let them watch this, make sure you talk about it. Make sure you show them and tell them the difference between good and evil. Okay, good and evil. In doing so, they'll be able to decipher from that and be able to have some type of discernment in what's good and what's evil, what's right and what's wrong. But right now, the younger kids right now who seeing all this stuff going on, then you got parents up there backing this stuff up. Yeah, that's what we need to do, because, you know, that's what they shouldn't be. I mean, they took from us, so we should be. And these little kids going to end up going to school feeling like they can act out. Like my son told me in his classroom, one year that one girl was arguing with the teacher, and the teacher's like, "Look, you're not going to act like that." Then the black girl said, she got up and started yelling, "Black lives matter, Black lives matter." Like, what the heck? You don't sit your butt. See what I'm saying? That couldn't have been my child. Let the teacher call me and say, "Yeah, your son stood up and started yelling at me, Black lives matter." Well, guess what? His ain't about to matter right now because I'm about to tear his butt up. Yeah. So anyway, let's see. I seen a question up here. I'm gonna try to see what it says. Let's see. MRM, how would you handle it if one of your children told you he's homosexual? I'll tell him he's lying. That's what I would do. Not only that, because you said now again, folks, y'all notice this. Let me tell y'all this. Now this takes on a whole new perspective right here. Okay. Scarlett Joy said, MRM, how would you handle it if one of your children told you he's homosexual? I would tell my son, at what age did a lying spirit come to you and tell you that you are a female? At what age did this lying spirit start to have your mind wander? At what age did the lying spirit come to you and tempt you with looking at boys like you would look at a girl? Because some stuff I'm not going for, folks. All this, I'm just don't forget, this question is regarding me, regarding my own child. If my child was to say that they're homosexual, yeah, because I know what's behind it. Now we talking about something completely different. This ain't I wasn't gonna get this deep into it as far as the schooling and stuff goes. I was gonna keep it at that, superficial level. But now that you asked me about my own household, about my own child, that's exactly what I would do. At what age did you get tempted by a spirit? At what age did the thought enter your head that you looked at a boy like you would a girl and have these certain type of feelings towards that boy like you would a girl? And when did you started feeding it? When did you started agreeing with it? When did you started having like these arousal feelings and all that stuff towards the boy? What was entering into your head that was making you feed into it? Because here's the thing: once you feed into it, you're agreeing with that spirit that's sitting there telling you to look at this boy as you would a female. You know what I mean? So this is you asking me now, and this is the answer that I'm giving you. Now, normal people that I talk to about situations like this, I go and I keep it as a superficial thing, tell them that back in there was a time where people had something called gender dysphoria, where they couldn't figure it out. But as time went by, they kind of grew out of it. Man, y'all have no idea. You can look it up right now. So many different people, especially men, that had a complete sex change. And 90% of them end up regretting it, falling into depression because you can't turn back to it. You cannot turn back. You're going to end up, let me tell you what's going to happen, because I've seen this in medicine. What ends up happening is that a lot of men end up regretting that they got their sex changed. They end up converting back, but there's no feels there. They end up having a penis as a prosthetic. They end up having a little fake. Sometimes they take this right here. I'm being real with y'all. See this? The elbow skin right here. They would take the elbow skin and they'll take your elbow, and sometimes they insert it with some type of fluid or a sac, and they let that skin stretch out, and that skin will stretch out over time. And when it becomes to a nice size, they cut the skin off. They suture it together, and the big part right there, they make that into I'm talking about when they revert back, they will make that into a man's scrotum. They end up putting a circular ball in there that has two testicles. One is a pump to push air out, and the other one is to relieve the air. And what they do, they give you a prosthetic. Listen to me. They make you a prosthetic penis. And it's a prosthetic penis. And they, on one side of scrotum, when they pump it up, the prosthetic penis goes up like this. And then the other part, that's part of the what they call the testy, the fake artificial testy, they squeeze that and the air comes back out. But they cannot feel anything anymore. It's just a prosthetic. And a lot of them 90% of them have completely relapsed and regretted it, and they fall into depression. Some of them even to the point of suicide, because they cannot go back. Once you get it done, they cannot go back. And that's the danger of what we see going on right now, is that there is a lot of things that's going on in this particular time, that people are playing these games with their children, and your child hasn't even fully. Now, if your child becomes older, get on their own, and decide they want to tamper around with that lifestyle, that's on them. But as a child, there's no way a child can make a conscious decision right now that they want to be a boy or girl. I mean, if they can make decisions, do all that, you might as well let them smoke, let them drink, let them drive a car. You know what I mean? Don't let them make the matter of fact, make them go get a job. Make your child go get a job. Let's see how that works out. Well, your child has to have a bachelor's degree. Well, let my child who's 5 years old, who feels that he's a college educated child, let him just go to college right now. Y'all see what I'm saying? I heard you loud and clear. Not my business. However, ask how about MRM real quick because I said no. Said I would. Says Kimberlini. I heard you loud and clear. Not my business. However, XO Bob asked about how things are over here. Also wanted me to tell Bridget and just Steven hello. Tell them everything as they always have been. Great. And now, so back on the subject. Back on the subject. What they're doing now is they are chemically castrating these children. They're doing it chemical wise. Y'all, you need to really look into it. They're chemically castrating a lot of the children. And for anybody to even jump in on that, I mean, how dare anybody? If I got something going on in my house, if my son goes to his school and tells his teacher, I think I'm a Goyle. I think I'm a Goyle. I like to wear Goyle clothes. I'm a Goyle. And the teacher tries to address that, and all of a sudden, y'all try to get the government involved in it, try to tell me that what I need to be doing with my child, we're going to have some problems. We are going to have some major problems for you trying to do anything like that whatsoever in my household. Absolutely not. My sons love everybody. I love everybody. I treat everybody with respect and dignity. But what's not going to happen, you are not going to try to put a title and label me as something because I don't agree with you. I think that Shake Shack burgers are superior to Burger King. Now, are you going to call me a burgercist? You going to call me a Burger King-ophobic? No. No, you're not going to call me no Burger King-ophobic. I'm not no Burger King-ophobic because I feel that Shake Shack burgers are superior to it. So now, again, that's what I hate what folks do. If you're homosexual, and if there's some of this in this chat room right now, I don't dislike any of you. I will hang out with y'all. I will have a good time. I will laugh with y'all all weekend. But the thing is, when it comes to what you are and what you do and all that, I don't agree with that. Just like you don't agree with me being straight, probably. And what we're going to do, we just going to keep that out of our conversations. We're going to agree to disagree. Then we're going to move on. Have good times with each other. But when it comes to that subject, you know that you and I are not going to agree on it. So therefore, I'm not going to try to fix you. And yet at the same time, don't try to indoctrinate me or my children to try to see things your way. Because the thing is, I'm not trying to get you to see it my way at all. I'm just simply telling you, I don't agree with your lifestyle. Just like a homosexual person probably don't agree with me being straight. Hey, that's cool. I'm going to continue to be straight though, but I'm not going to sit here because you feel that I'm straight. I'm not going to sit here and you say, well, you know what? You straight. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You know, these straight people, I'm not going to wait. You're a straightophobic. You are a homo sapiophobic. I mean, no, I'm not going to do that. Why am I going to call you straightophobic? Because you don't agree with me being straight. You don't agree with me only liking women, period. You know, I'm not going to do that. All of a sudden, these kids go around, they reading brochures and they hearing the media and stuff saying it. Then they come to me, oh my God, you're a homophobic. Shut up. Oh, homophobic. Because no, I don't agree with that. Well, no, you just, no, that's what you're saying. Don't try to put that label on me. I'm not a homophobic. You're a liar is what you are. You're a liar by calling me a homophobic because I'm not a homophobic. Especially, just no. I don't even have to sit there and justify myself by saying I got a ton of homosexual friends. I don't have to justify myself. I'm just going to tell you, absolutely not. You're a liar. I'm not a homophobic. Don't try to put that label on me, plain and simple, because you and I don't agree on this. I think that a ribeye steak is better than a porterhouse and a T-bone. I'm not a steakophobic. I just think that the ribeye is better. That's my opinion. Plain and simple. But the thing is, though, is when it all comes down to it, I always say we got to look at things from a natural standpoint. You know, you will never have two men that can have children. You will never have two women that can have children. And with that being a thing, see, that's what I'm saying. When we want to talk science, you talk to somebody that was a science major. When we want to talk science, 2 men cannot have a child. 2 women cannot have a child. Now, that has been put, you can look at homosexual lifestyles and say that is actually hypothesis. Okay? 2 women have engaged in sexual activity. Naturally, 2 women can't penetrate each other. No. A man can penetrate a woman, a man can penetrate another man. But even with that being said, a man cannot impregnate another man, even if he tried, which they have and they've done. Well, anyway, a woman cannot impregnate a woman. She can't sit there and let one of her eggs flow out of her vajayjay and go into another woman's vajayjay canal and get no, absolutely not. That just cannot happen. It won't happen. So that hypothesis, out of all the scientific experiments that people have done on their own, y'all follow me? The sexual activities that homosexuals have engaged in on their own, as a hypothesis, as a scientific experiment, none of them were able to reproduce a child. But if the puzzles fit where a woman and a man connect and she get pregnant over and over and over again since the beginning of time, that scientific experiment right there is factual, plain and simple. Well, some women can't get pregnant. We ain't talking about them. I mean, we ain't talking about them. So that's what I'm saying, folks. That's why I look at things from a natural standpoint. Now, like you, in the world we live in today, you have the freedom to choose to be whatever you want to be, I guess. I mean, you can just decide one day you don't want to be this and one day you don't want to be that. But the thing is, what they don't tell you in the end, it's going to be you that's going to be stuck with the anguish, with the confusion, with the, I don't know. I'm talking about as a young child. And like I said, there's people right now, like I got a good friend, a therapist. She is a homosexual, and from what I understand with her and her mate, they are happy together, and more power to them. But I'm talking about at least she was able to go through life and experience certain things and actually make that decision herself. The decision wasn't encouraged or made for her. Y'all know, if y'all know what I'm saying. Like kids, a lot of kids would do anything to please their parents, so they roll with anything. Okay, Catherine says, homophobic is a made-up liberal term. I remember when they started using the term to demonize anyone who didn't accept homosexuality as same as heterosexual. Oh, wow. Wow. Somebody said, woo. Somebody said Tatum is on Fox News right now. Tatum is doing a live stream right now, which I was supposed to be going over there and doing that. There's 52 or 58 genders. See what I'm saying? When you do, okay, Cough Hiccup says, Cough Hiccup, when you do things like that, it's just, see, look, Lethal said, I'm not a ribeye fan. I like New York strip and T-bones. Well, Lethal, you know what? You are not my moderator anymore because you are a ribeye-phobic. You are. Can you now look at that? Men. Now, this might sound stupid to a lot of people, but Lethal, can you imagine if I sat there like, I just blocked you. You're not no moderator. I'm not talking to you on Instagram. I'm not doing anything at all with you no more because you are a ribeye-phobic. This is what people are doing. Legit strong relationships are being ruined over people not having the same ideology. People not having, I mean, that's what we're supposed to be different. But what in the world would I sit there and go, Lethal, we done. I guess non-lethal is going to be by herself now because you are a ribeye-phobic. And I don't deal with no ribeye-phobic. You misogynistic, egotistic, toxic masculinity, ribeye-phobic, I mean, it's I mean, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. The men, you say, no, I'm not with that. What is wrong with you? First of all, don't do that. Don't do that. That's absolutely crazy. But this is what we do. It's something that simple. You don't have to sit there and go off because like I do that, man. Just no. No, just don't even play that game. But from what I checked on here, Tatum is live right now. Well, I thought he was. Well, he was live doing McDonald's or something like that. But if he on Fox News right now, So anyway, I got a question. Being serious says non-lethal. Shoot. Yeah, Mark Wessel. I told them they tried. Mark Wessel, they tried to cancel me. It can't happen though. Because guess what? I have no contract to nobody that tells me that I got to speak and conduct myself a certain way. And if I don't, then I don't have a job or anything like that. Like I told him, you can't cancel a Christian. Go tell God. Go tell Jesus on me. See what happened. Okay. Is it okay for boys to have long hair? Yeah, I don't see why not. I know some people are like, oh, the Bible says it. No. And then you're going to have to ask the question, what's long? You know what I'm saying? Because then the question is, what about women in Africa? They hair. Some of the women in Africa hair does not grow. So then it's going to be like, well, is it okay for women to have short hair? But no, a boy having long hair, I don't see no problem with that. Because guess what? It's all going to shine out in the person. And now people are like, well, you can't tell what it is from behind. As a kid, boys and girls almost got the same voice. Y'all know what I'm trying to say before puberty hits? Boy and girls almost got the same voice. A lot of times they almost got the same strength, until testosterone starts to kick in. And as we all know, but me, as far as a boy having long hair, I don't see no problem with that. No, see, that's a misconception right there. Lethal, you know about the do-rag, huh? Yep, that's what a lot of people didn't even know that, Lethal. A lot of people didn't even know that the do-rag right here is not, they didn't know that that's what we do. We do that to get waves in our hair. I bet there's a lot of people in here that did not know that, did y'all? Y'all did not know that most black people like me, when we wear these right here, when we wear these do-rags, we don't wear these as when they have become a style now because they come in different colors. But the main reason why a lot of black men wear this, if they got braids, is to keep their braids tight so it won't be fuzzed out. Also, we wear a do-rag because you do this thing where you brush your hair and you brush 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 and you brush, brush. And in brushing your hair, like my hair is kinky. It's like what we call, like black folks got labels of their hair. My hair is 4C. It's like the kinkiest of the kinkiest. Okay. And what happens is as my hair as my hair starts to curl up, when it curls up, if you brush the curls out and the curls don't get a chance to roll back up, they become wavy. And when you put this do-rag on, it keeps your hair close to your head and it makes your hair wavy. Some people said I knew it. Some people said I didn't. So you guys in here knew that black men usually wearing a wave cap like this, like me, wearing a wave cap, we usually wear this because we get waves in our hair from it. Keeps our waves looking good. Look, Lilith, check this out. You said your 4C beats my 4C. Let me tell you something, Lilith. My mama tried to put a relaxer in my head. It didn't take, right? Let my hair, no, it didn't. Lilith, after they put the relaxer in there, it did nothing. Okay, check this out, Lilith. Then, like 3 weeks later, she tried to put a super relaxer in it. Nope. The only way my hair was able to be braided when I was younger, my hair had to be old school, put the freaking hot comb on that eye. That was the only way my hair can be straightened out. That was it. So, that's how crazy it was. So some of y'all knew that, huh? So so some of y'all knew about the waves, huh? That's cool. Yeah, Lily. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, I came home with branches, and so when I would play in the woods, I came home with branches in my hair. My dad was homosexual, and it hurt my mom. I loved him anyway, but it was confusing for us kids. Hard things like that lead you to Jesus. She's gone, but she knew Jesus. That's good. So no wonder he tries to pull it out all the time. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, most black people wear their hair like this. I mean, I can show y'all. I'll take it off and show y'all. I don't know if this camera is going to show the real. I don't know if this camera is going to show like the real detail of it. But yeah, usually you get waves all around your head whenever you do. Well, Kimberly, some black women. I don't know if they wear this particular thing. This is actually a do rag. Like this has to be put on and tied a certain way. I don't know if some black women. I ain't seen no black women wear this. I know they wear something completely different. I mean, but I'll take it off and show y'all. I mean, the reveal. So I'll show you. See that? See, it's wavy. See? Wavy hair. And usually it's all the way around the back of the head. I don't know how good y'all can see that. All the way wavy around. And I don't know how close I'm getting to this to where y'all can see this, but I don't have a bald spot, see? But that's what it does. It makes the hair wavy. Yep. So that's what it does, folks. And that's why we wear it. And anyway, for some hair like mine too, because it's so darn thick and kinky, we have because it's so thick and kinky, you also have to put pomade in it. So no, that's called a crown. Say my hair is naturally wavy as waving goodbye. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, folks, how bad is the frizz? Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh, the frizz is bad. Oh, you want to see that? Kitty Catapult says, why do black people have different types of hair? The black people had different types of hair. I think it has everything to do with what region we came from, what our ancestry may have been. There may have been like some mixed generation stuff going in. Like you might have people like from the Aborigines might have mixed with some other black folks, and you might have had, I don't know. It just, and a lot of folks didn't know that. Like a lot of white people that I talk to on my job, I would ask them, do white people have like a numbering system for their hair? Like they're like, what? I'm like, for instance, y'all don't have like a 4A or 4B or 4C. They're like, what are you talking about? So it just amazed me. I just didn't know that. Yeah, it'll frizz. It will frizz big time. Like if I start sweating or anything like that, it will start frizzing big time. So said that tag pic. Yeah, I know. Anyway, we didn't got on something completely different. Why do white people have different hair? That is a really good question. Especially scientifically, they show that our hair and what it's made of is almost exactly the same. But at the same time, I don't know, because my wife, well, you know, they're mixed, but like her mom looks like her mom is a white lady, and my wife got a sister that she has white people hair. And I don't know how to explain this to y'all unless you've seen it, but my wife's hair is a mixture of white and black people hair. Like her hair is always like, look, like me, if I don't put something in my hair, you can stick your fingers in my hair and you pull like this and my hair gonna raise up with you. You're not pulling your fingers out of my hair. It's real kinky and it gets real dry. And at the same time, if I don't do anything to it, it'll get it, my hair, I got a natural oily scalp and my hair would become oily. But my point is, my wife's hair is always really soft and it's just always soft. But mine, Like my wife doesn't have to put nothing in her hair, and her hair will be soft. Even if it does get dry, her hair will be soft. But like mine, please. You gotta darn near put some gel and some oil sheen, some afro sheen, some activator. Yeah, I put some Vaseline won't do nothing to my hair. My hair has to have some strong pomade and beeswax. Pomade and beeswax. Love to braid my hair. It felt good. LL, they did like when they're straight and silky. Yeah, it's easy to braid straight silky hair. That's why you had to get it hot combed out. In northern Italy, northern Spain, the people look very white, whereas in the southern part of those two countries, men and women much darker. I don't know. That's gonna be a genetic thing. Somebody might have been in the sun a little longer. I don't know. The sun may change the DNA. It's just like there's some people from India. They blacker than me. And if some of these people, some of these Indian, when I say Indian, I'm talking about Indians from India. Some of them are blacker than I am. I'm talking about they are black and their hair is cut down real short, like they're bald headed, like short. And I thought they were black men. I'm just saying I'm just telling y'all, they look straight like black people. When their hair was real short and all they had a goatee and all this, their hair was short like mine, looking just like mine. And you talk to them and they're like, I like to work out at the gym sometimes, and I do not. Like, wait a minute, what? Like, I thought you was a brother. Like, oops. I mean, just being real. Castor oil. Yeah, I use something called Jamaican black. I use Jamaican black castor oil, argan oil, grapeseed oil. Dark white. Yeah. My black classmates would sit behind you just to play in your hair. Jamaican black castor oil is awesome. Yes, it is. Do you use Shea Moisture? Shea Moisture Jamaican black castor oil is what I use. Folks, anyway, I know y'all don't want to, but I have a meeting. I know it seems weird. I have a meeting I have to attend to from somebody that's from across the pond, and getting some very valuable information from them. And I'm going to have to get off because I told them I would meet them or talk with them at 10. And with that being said, I am getting ready to get out of here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this conversation, even though we went way off talking about a whole bunch of other things. Lethal's fault. She want to take my do-rag off. No. But with that being said, I'm getting ready to check out, folks. And I hope you guys all have a pleasant evening. And I hope y'all wake up tomorrow having a pleasant day. Look forward to having a pleasant day. If you do not have a pleasant day and you don't feel that the day needs to be pleasant, how about you make the day pleasant for somebody else that is around you? Giving the video a thumbs up will allow it to be circulated. When the video is over and done and able to be processed, if you leave a comment, I don't care if it's a thumbs up. If you leave a period, if you just leave but whatever you want to leave the peanut butter. I don't care. It helps the video get circulated. If you think that this video can be beneficial, make sure you share it on your platforms, folks. I appreciate it very much. I'm getting ready to check out. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus.